Hello, traveler. As I promised, today we'll stroll through the central bazaar of the capital of Ur. Shall we go? As we enter the market, loud voices call out their offers. For 1 shekel of silver, about 8 grams, you can buy 60 silla, roughly 13 gallons of barley. At today's silver prices, 1 shekel would be worth about $20. Barley, the staple food of the Sumerians, is sold in large reed baskets and containers. Half of the harvest supplies breweries across the land. The rest goes to temples and the marketplace. Wheat, millet, and oats are also available, stored in ceramic jars, though at higher prices. Adjacent to the market lies a wide courtyard where animals are traded. Sheep and goats usually sell for 2 shekels each. Curly wool and mountain sheep cost more. A pair of domestic ducks can be bought for 1 shekel. A fully grown pig costs 5. A young bull or cow sells for 10 shekels, and a breeding ox, 30 shekels. In addition to fresh meat, salted and sun-dried varieties are offered, some imported from distant lands. Further along, hunters display their spoils: pigeons, wild ducks, geese, rabbits, boars, deer, even turtles. Prices here are high and buyers are few. Only wealthy townspeople can afford such delicacies. Slaves in simple loincloths gather near sacks of dried locusts. But the busiest place in the market is the fishmonger's stall, crowded with free citizens in skirts and cloaks. Fish symbolized prosperity for the Sumerians. Fishermen were considered fortunate people. A saying went, "No matter what changes in the city, the fisherman will always feed himself." The selection is vast, over 50 kinds of freshwater, lake, and sea fish, as well as mollusks and crustaceans. The cheapest option is carp, raised in marshes and canals. The most expensive come from the lower sea, the Persian Gulf, and dried fish imported from distant Arada. As we continue, the air fills with aroma. Stalls overflow with spices and oils: coriander, mustard, cumin, saffron, rosemary, mint, sesame oil, sesame seeds, and salt. Nearby, dairy sellers offer milk and an astonishing 18 varieties of cheese. Impressive, isn't it? Now we reach the bread quarter, and here the Sumerians truly astonish us. They bake nearly 300 types of bread, made from different flours, ground to various textures, and leavened with milk or beer. Sweet bread, spicy bread, fruit-filled bread, shaped bread, even bread molded in the form of a woman's breast. The Sumerians believe food should please the eye before satisfying the palate. Beyond the bakeries, a whole square is filled with date sellers. Dates, known as Sumerian gold, are sold fresh, dried, sun-dried, in porridge, and even as date wine. Nearby, vendors sell nuts, honey, and dried fruits. It is the month of Nisan, so fresh fruits are still scarce. But soon apples, pears, plums, peaches, figs, and melons will arrive. At the market's edge, rows of vegetables and mushrooms await: chickpeas, lentils, turnips, cucumbers, lettuce, hops, watercress, wild garlic, and fungi. Prices, wages, and food were all measured in silver. 1 shekel, about $20 in today's terms. This world reached its peak of prosperity under the godlike ruler Shulgi-Sin. Yet life was not long for most. The average Sumerian lived only about 40 years. Kings and elites, however, lived very differently. What was the secret of the king's longevity? We'll search for the answer in the next episodes.